One of the things that Indian art really needs, and a lot of people have expressed this need, is indigenous benchmarks, benchmarks that come out of the culture of India itself. And auction houses form one kind of benchmark, which is a price benchmark, which we've had for a while. But there should also be benchmarks for quality. We hope that the Skoda prize will form another such important benchmark, that people will look at these catalogues down the years and say, yes, these were the 20 most important shows of this year. And these were the 3 artists who did the most exciting and innovative work in this year. And so, in terms of the creation of benchmarks for the future, I think the Skoda prize could play a really important role. When most Indians think of Indian art, they think of artists like M.F. Hussain and that generation. And while they deserve all the recognition they get, a lot of the really innovative work is being done by younger artists, and the Skoda prize, as it was conceived by Martin da Costa of 70AMG, aimed to focus attention on that generation of artists and bring it to public notice. Mithu Sen has achieved over the years a really rare virtuosity as a painter. And her subject, which is often sexuality and an exploration of sexuality, is quite rare among her generation of female artists. In very recent times, she has also kind of brought in sound and sound installations as part of her work. So she's always seeking to kind of expand her repertoire, and that's great.
I really cannot separate myself from my work. If I can be a part of the works, it will be like complete. Maybe it's my obsession. Maybe it's a narcissistic kind of psyche or something. The whole title is Black Candy, and in bracket, I forgot my penis at home. The whole show is talking about infidelity. It's talking about the anxiety, homophobia, sadomasochism, the misogynist mind. It is talking about a lot of issues that the male faces or suffers. It is about their crises, their frustrations. Even it is there, like where a man is trying to be or desiring to be a maternal man. And then I actually displayed all my large, huge, paintings into channels. So my audience are not, allowed to see all the works like nicely displayed, and like you just see them and you go back. You have to work. You have to really move each painting to see other one. So many different acts are actually happening in one level. So you are seeing it, you are tasting the like candies, and you are listening the music, and you are also interacting and physically moving the works. You become a part of that whole script, whole drama. There is a need in myself that to establish a new kind of language through which I can communicate with my surroundings, and I don't want to feel insecure, don't want to feel lonely, and whatever I do, I want to share with others, and therefore a language like kind of develops.
Kiran Subaya. To be apt, I am the person whose name is Kiran Subaya. Now for a bit of a contradiction. Hello, I am not Kiran Subaya. I am not even the person whose name is Kiran Subaya. At this moment, as this video is being screened, I am not a person anymore. I'm sure I'm going to win, by the way. I've rigged the whole scene.
Kiran tends to produce much less work every year, and which is fine because every artist has their own way of working. The result of this is that the show that was nominated for the Skoda prize had a lot of his work over the past decade. So it's really a kind of distillation of his understanding of different media over a period of 10 years. So it's a really remarkable show in that sense.
Mostly I've worked as a sculptor, and even when I work with other mediums, I kind of have the feeling that I'm sculpting it. I feel often like sometimes it just came into my head and I feel, okay, this is something you can do and other people can look at it and experience as close as possible to the thing that I experienced when it came to my mind. So often I feel like I'm just a medium. My perspective, I'm really confused. I don't know what it all is actually. Generally, there would be a notion of improving, of getting better over a period of time. But I believe that it actually doesn't happen. It's a kind of perspective distortion. Like when you look at things at a distance, they look smaller than the things closer to you. So even in terms of evolution, I would not look at it as getting better. It's just changing, kind of moving sideways rather than forward or backward.
Alvar Balasubramaniam came to notice for the first time as a printmaker. He was trained as a printmaker. He was extraordinarily innovative in that field. But in recent years, he's more or less given up on that and started making sculptures and concentrating on these sculptures, which are often white on white, as in the latest exhibition. And they form sort of philosophical riddles, I'd say. But they're not funny riddles, or the answers that you will get are not funny. It's more something to be meditated upon.
For me, the whole life is just one. You know, the works or whatever I'm doing, it's just from one life. But it is like a frozen foot impression in the journey. You know? It is separate too. It's not like, I do a series of work, then, finish with it and then, go to the next series. It's always like one lead to the other. I started working with traces. That's how we understand things and that's how the history had been constructed and everything. So then I moved into, there is a traces, but actually the way of understanding happens through one's own knowledge or the baggage, I would call it. So, then I moved to perception and reality. Maybe we are missing so much, So how to talk about that, So from trace to perception and reality, then from there to capturing invisible, because like electricity, gravity, air, sound, everything is here. If you have a transistor, it receives all the radio waves, and imagine all the mobile signals are here. If you call someone in America, you could speak to them on the same time. So that means, everything is connected, everything is interconnected. So that way, I just thought the invisible territory is so interesting, so I explored it. I deal with a lot of, complex subjects sometimes. It's complex, but not complicated. It's not like, my works are about my personal expression or experience or something. It's not only about what I think and what I feel, it's more about an inquiry.
I'm interested in the fame, not the wealth.
That is like giving me full confidence to go further.
I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter, both.
I will definitely take advantage when I am into this limelight and people are talking about this show.
What next? Completely depends on whether I get this prize or not. If I don't get this prize, I can do what I want to do, and if I get it, I'll just go on holiday until I've blown up the money.
If I can do what I really love to do, that itself is a great thing. Whatever happens, like exhibition, appreciation, or good reviews, or things like shortlisted for Skoda, these all are bonus. It's not the main thing though. It's just happening as a byproduct.